Hello and welcome to Wish You Were Here, which this week comes from Dover. We're in the control room of the busiest seaport in Europe, now the centre of a full-scale price war being waged between the main cross-channel ferry operators.
For 14 years, the two biggest operators, Townsend Torrison and Sea-Link, have had a pact not to compete on fares. This winter, that agreement was scrapped, and now the air is thick with cut-price offers. It's not just the routes out of Dover that are affected. This month, for instance, a car with 2 passengers can make a return trip to France for just £20 on any Sea-Link service.
And that is typical of the kind of price cut that is now available. Sea-Link say they'll be introducing surprise offers like that month by month. So far, though, it's Townsend Torrison who are making the running. They've slotted popular cars like Cortinas and Cavaliers into a lower price group, and they've introduced different fares for different sailing times. Even in August, you can get substantial reductions, either by travelling very early or very late in the day.
Sea-Link have now retaliated by scrapping their big car price group altogether, so they're now cheapest if you run something like a Granada or a Jaguar. And that change, incidentally, has involved them in bringing out a whole new brochure. P&O ferries, or Normandy ferries as they used to be known, have so far stood aside.
So what does all this mean in terms of fares? Well, let's take a Cortina-owning family of 2 adults and 2 children travelling on a weekday in August. These are the current return fares from Dover to both Calais and Boulogne. Townsend Torrison are the cheapest at £110 or £98 on early or late sailings. Sea-Link are next at £113.80 or £98.80 if you book this month. Sea-Speed hovercraft haven't joined in the free-for-all. They charge £140.60 or £130.60 if you book before March. But of course they do the crossing in 35 minutes, about a third of the time the ships take.
As well as the price war, Dover is this year seeing a new generation of ferries coming into service. This is the first of them, 8,000 tonnes, nearly twice the size of her predecessors and faster. By the end of the year, Townsend will have 3 of these. Sea-Link are also about to introduce 2 big new ships, each carrying 1,000 passengers and 300 cars, while the Dover Harbour Board is busy completing a £9 million expansion scheme to provide extra berths for the new super ferries.
A final word about ferries. One disadvantage of the price cuts is that Sea-Link and Townsend Torrison tickets are no longer interchangeable. So if you miss one operator's boat, you can no longer hop straight onto a rival ship.